Hello little friends. Welcome to our magical Storytime channel. Today we have a very special tale for you. One full of adventure. Once upon a time, in a small wooden cottage near the forest, there lived a poor woodcutter with his two children, Hansel and Gretel. Hansel was a clever boy with bright eyes and a brave heart. Gretel was kind, gentle, and always cheerful. Their mother had passed away long ago. The woodcutter had remarried, and their stepmother was not very kind. She often scolded Hansel and Gretel and did not like to share food with them. One year, a great famine came to the land. There was hardly any food left in the house. The stepmother was very worried. "We don't have enough food for all of us," she whispered to the woodcutter. "We must take the children deep into the forest and leave them there." "No," said the woodcutter. "I could never do that to Hansel and Gretel. If we don't, we will all starve," said the stepmother sharply. The woodcutter was very sad. He didn't want to leave his children in the forest, but he didn't know what else to do. That night, Hansel and Gretel overheard their parents talking. Gretel began to cry. "What will we do, Hansel?" "Don't worry," said Hansel. "I have a plan." Hansel quietly opened the door and went outside. Under the moonlight, he filled his pockets with small white pebbles from the ground. Then he came back to bed. The next morning, the stepmother woke them early. "We are going into the forest to collect wood," she said. Hansel held Gretel's hand, and as they walked into the woods, he dropped the white pebbles on the path behind him, one by one. After a long walk, they stopped deep in the forest. The stepmother told them to wait by a tree. "Stay here. We will come back for you," she said. But Hansel and Gretel waited and waited. No one came back. Night fell, and the forest became dark and scary. Strange sounds echoed through the trees. Gretel began to cry again. Hansel comforted her. "Don't worry. Look at the moon." The moon was bright, and it lit up the white pebbles Hansel had dropped. They followed the shiny trail all the way back home. When they arrived, their father was very happy to see them. He hugged them tightly. But the stepmother was not pleased. A few days later, there was still no food left in the house. Again, the stepmother whispered to the woodcutter, "This time we must go deeper into the forest, and this time they must not return." Hansel and Gretel heard everything again. "I'll collect more pebbles," Hansel said. But when he went to the door, it was locked. "I can't go outside," he said sadly. The next morning, the stepmother gave them each a small piece of bread. Hansel broke his bread into tiny crumbs and dropped them along the path as they walked. They went deeper into the forest than before. Again, the stepmother told them to sit and wait. "We'll come back soon," she said. But once more they were left alone. They walked through the forest for a long time. They were hungry and tired. They slept under trees and listened to the hoots of owls. One morning as they wandered through the forest, Hansel saw something shining through the trees. "Look, Gretel, a house." They ran toward it, and what they saw amazed them. The house was made of gingerbread. The roof was made of chocolate. The windows were sugar. The walls were cookies. The door was made of candy. Hansel broke a piece of the wall and tasted it. "Yummy!" Gretel licked the window pane. "This is so good." door of Candy House was opened. An old woman came out. She had gray hair, a long nose, and a crooked smile. "Well, well, little children," she said sweetly. "You must be hungry. Come inside. I have warm beds and yummy food." Hansel and Gretel were too tired and hungry to say no. They followed her inside. The house smelled like cake and candy. There were pies, puddings, and soup on the table. The children ate happily. They walked in green lawn for a while, then they went to sleep in soft, warm beds. But the old woman was not kind at all. She was a wicked witch who built her candy house to trap children. "I will fatten up the boy and eat him," she laughed to herself. The next morning, Hansel woke up in a cage. Gretel screamed, "Let him out!" The witch cackled, "You will help me cook, little girl, and your brother will be dinner soon." Every day, the witch gave Hansel lots of food to fatten him up. But Hansel was smart. He used a bone he found and held it out when the witch came to check how fat he was. The witch had bad eyesight, so she thought Hansel was still thin. After many days, she got angry. "I'm tired of waiting," she shouted. "I will cook him today." She told Gretel to heat the oven. Gretel pretended not to know how. "Is this how I open it?" she asked. "No, silly girl," said the witch. "Let me show you." When the witch bent down to look inside the oven, Gretel gave her a big push. The witch fell into the oven, and Gretel slammed the door shut. The witch was gone. Gretel ran to Hansel and unlocked the cage. "Gretel, you saved me," Hansel cried, hugging her. They danced around the candy house happily. Then they searched the house and found a big chest full of gold coins, jewels, and treasures. "We can take this home to father," said Hansel. With their pockets full, Hansel and Gretel walked through the forest. They soon found a path they knew. After some time, they saw their little wooden house. Their father ran out with tears in his eyes. "My children, you're alive!" The stepmother was gone, and the woodcutter had been very sad without his children. Hansel and Gretel showed him the treasure. "Now we will never be poor again," said Gretel. From that day on, Hansel, Gretel, and their father lived happily ever after.